and we're going to do another one of these AndyMark tech tips. I'm going to stall a little bit in the beginning because I think it takes a little while for things to sync up. But like I said, I'm Andy. We're going to do an AndyMark tech tip. It is Tuesday, and today we're going to talk about gears and extrusions. So what is the source of making what's the resources that we use for making our gears and extrusions, and how do gears and extrusions work into our products? So first of all, we buy gears in big long sticks of gear stock. This is an aluminum 50-tooth gear stock end, and it is about 4 inches long, but it comes in a stick of about 12 feet long, so way long. And this is the end of the run that comes off the CNC lathe. So we have a steel version also. It's pretty heavy. So these 12-foot sticks of 50-tooth spur gear, super heavy. We get them from Grove up in Wisconsin. They've been making gear stock for us for many, many years. And what we do is we take the gear stock, we cut it into 4-foot lengths, we put it into a CNC lathe, and then we lathe down the features that go with our designs for the gears that we need. For instance, here is a very popular 50-tooth half-inch hex bore spur gear, and this is zinc plated. So the lathe does the work of cutting it on both sides, and it does a rotary broach, and then we deburr it, and then we zinc plate it. So pretty simple. I've also got some 32 DP steel stock. We make a few gears out of this. This is a 32 DP steel gear going. I think it's a collar clamp style bore, but this comes off of that gear stock. So here's some different gears that we've made over the years. This is looks like an Evo shifter gear. Lots of features in it. So these are all done on the CNC lathe. We don't cut any of the gears. The gears are actually the gears are actually formed at Grove by a case hardening process that is a forged gear. So they take a tiny little hammer and hit the dedendum of the gear multiple times, and they run it down the length of the 12-foot stock, and then they index it over to the next gear tooth. And it's a very loud process. They just hit it with a hammer or a small tool, and that forms the dedendum and the addendum of the gear. We don't need to harden the gears because of this. Most of our gear stock is 4140 steel, and it's, like I said, it's case hardened because it's forged into place. Another example would be a small pinion wire. This is, I think, a 12-tooth gear pinion. And this is the end of the run on the lathe. It goes into gears like this. You can see this Redline motor has a pinion on it that's a 12-tooth gear, same as this stock. Also, the same theory comes about when we're working with extrusions, and some of our products are made out of those extrusions. For instance, a very popular product that we have goes into the AndyMark AM1 usually the kit of parts chassis. This is the 500EX hub. It has those goofy holes around the perimeter. It has the hex board in the middle, and it's a nice hub. But what we make it out of is an extruded piece of aluminum. You can see the goofy holes around the perimeter. The hex is part of the extrusion. So all we do is we cut this into 4-foot lengths. We put it on a CNC lathe, and the lathe does the work to turn down the features to make the hub. So this comes out of that. Pretty cool. In the same way, we have extrusions that are performance wheel extrusions. We've been able to reduce material over the years. We used to make this out of a straight round billet, and now we make it out of an extrusion. So we have performance wheels that are finished up on a CNC lathe, just like the other parts that we have. This has the hex bore, whereas this does not. We want to get a little bit more of an accurate hex bore on this. Plus, a lot of our pieces have, a lot of our wheels have bearing bores in them, so we don't put the hex bore in this. Another example, this is kind of a neat one, is swerve and steer. This is the wheel module for swerve and steer. This is the same module we've been using for, 5 years now. And notice this U-shaped extrusion here. That's made out of this end of a piece of extrusion that we have custom made for us. So this U-shaped extrusion is what's made, what's used to make this machined piece on the bottom side of a swerve and steer. So, hope you learned something there. We'll see how it goes tomorrow with a new topic. Hopefully you'll come back and join us. Please let me know how you like this stuff. Comment, give us feedback. Be safe. See you tomorrow.